great story in The Atlantic, which is a left-wing publication. I mean, these are winger left people that run The Atlantic, and a great article on the distinct positive impact that fathers make on their children. They impact their children in ways that are unique and different than the ways in which mothers impact children. That's why we need both. That's why God set it up so both of them are indispensable. You can't do with one without one or without the other. Now, here's Barack Obama, and when you listen to this, you're going to hear Barack Obama, and there's actually some poignant stuff in here where he talks about missing his dad, wishing he'd had his dad around when he was growing up, how important the role of a father is. This is a Father's Day thing. And you listen to this, and I want you to keep in the background of your mind as you're listening to Barack Obama talk that he believes that we ought to create households that are headed by two lesbians. We ought to adopt children into lesbian households where there is no male present, there is no male role model, there is no father in that home. That he supports when he's not talking about Father's Day and not talking about his own life experience. He's out there celebrating, deliberately creating homes with a missing father. And with that as a backdrop, let's listen to what he had to say this weekend.
Sunday's Father's Day, and so I want to take a moment to talk about the most important job many of us will ever have, and that's being a dad. Today, we're blessed to live in a world where technology allows us to connect instantly with just about anyone on the planet. But no matter how advanced we get, there will never be a substitute for the love and support, and most importantly, the presence of a parent in a child's life. And in many ways, that's uniquely true for fathers. I never really knew my own father. I was raised by a single mom and two wonderful grandparents who made incredible sacrifices for me. And there are single parents like my mom all across the country who do a heroic job raising terrific kids. But I still wish I had a dad who was not only around but involved. Another role model to teach me what my mom did her best to instill. Values like hard work and integrity, responsibility, delayed gratification, all of the things that give a child the foundation to envision a brighter future for themselves. That's why I try every day to be for Michelle and my girls what my father was not for my mother and me. And I've met plenty of other people, dads and uncles and men without a family connection, who are trying to break the cycle and give more of our young people a strong male role model.
So that's Barack Obama, and I want you to think for a minute about how cruel he is being toward children here. Now, Barack Obama wants you to think that he's Mr. Compassion. He cares about the little guy. He wants to be photographed with children because he loves children so much. But he is adopting public policies, supporting public policies that are cruel to children, even by his own admission. In other words, I'm suggesting Barack Obama does not even realize the significance of what he has acknowledged here. He said there will never be a substitute for the love and the presence of a father. Never be a substitute for that. He says, I still wish I had a dad who was not only around, but involved. I needed strong male role models, didn't have it because my dad wasn't around. I didn't have a dad in the home that was engaged. In other words, he's admitting that there's a deficit in his life because he did not have a father in the home. Their role, he says, is irreplaceable. The president himself said there will never be a substitute for the presence of a father in the life of a child. And yet he is out there advocating for, working for, deliberately creating households where children have to grow up just like he did without a father in their lives. That's inexcusable. It's cruel. It's a form of child abuse. Focal Point AFR Talk back in 2.